You're live right now?
We're live.
Yay. Okay, you're going to send a link.
Okay, everybody. I've once again messed up the live stream. So this is going to take a minute. I've got to share the link, and Winsong is going to send it out to everybody. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay. Hopefully that worked. Oh, well, there's 3 people in here already. Maybe I didn't have to go through everything I already went through. That's all right. So this week, last week we built this fermenter, and this week we're going to insulate it within this drum. And I did a few things. Um, I did a few things off camera. I cut the top of the barrel off, just right up near the top, and I did that because I didn't want to be sawing with the sound. Also, let me know if the sound is working okay. We got a new little shotgun mic and tested it yesterday. It worked, but I want to make sure just in case. Anyway, so I did that, and then I was cutting up some styrofoam, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. I'm going to carry this down. If you'll see, I've got this sitting on my little bench, and I've got this piece of foam that the fermenter is sitting on. And the reason for that is I'm going to put that foam down in the bottom so that this is sitting on that foam inside here, and then the top will be above the top of the 55-gallon drum. And, that way we can get to the lid and all of that stuff. And so I'm going to show you this foam. Now, sound is good. Thank you very much. Audio is good and clear. Perfect. So this is the foam. If you went to stillintheclear.com/live stream, it's where I post all the different parts that you need for these live streams. And so this is a big chunk of foam, and where I get these is Tractor Supply. They sell little utility trailers, and they get shipped to them stacked like 5 or 6 at a time, and they have these big chunks of foam between each trailer, and then they just throw these away. So anytime I go ask them for them, they let me have them. So that's where I got these. So I'm going to stack those inside here. I'm going to get the cut and ready in. And then I've already pre-cut these round ones so that the bottom is solid foam. And when I cut that barrel, when I cut the top of it off, obviously it lost all of its strength to hold its shape. So now the top is kind of oval. And I'm not really going to worry about that too much. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing. So pull this back out because I'm going to use it. So I'm going to use this to mark where I'm going to cut the hole for this spout to protrude. And let me find my Sharpie. I had it just a second ago. And I'm not measuring it. I'm not like, it doesn't matter. Now I can't find it. Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to eyeball it. I know that the barrel is going to be about 3 to 4 inches away from the outside of the barrel. So about right here is where I want to put the hole. And I'm going to do that real quick. Oh, I just broke my bit. Okay. I've got another bit around here somewhere. Might be a little too small. How are you guys doing today? Why don't y'all sound off? Let me know who's in the chat. Darren, DJ Moore, hey, from Michigan. Show and Shine. Scroll back down. Let me see him, man. Hey, Cyrus Mike Williams. All right, okay. Daniel Patty, glad you're here. Marty Cernowski, did I pronounce that right? Okay, I got to get back to finding that bit. I just had it. Another one.
Roy Borges. Richard Rush. David Laffoon.
Sorry about this, guys. I didn't know that bit was going to break. And I know I have another one. Isn't this the way it goes? Nothing goes as planned. But I know it's here. Well, I'm not going to get very far on this project if I can't find the bit.
Can you think of anywhere else there's one?
What?
Can you think of anywhere else there's one I can go get?
No.
It'll be in the last place you live.
Well,
Show and Shine.
It's, yeah, that's right. It'll be exactly there. I just had it earlier. I took it out of the drill to put that bit in.
Joseph Kennedy says hi from Arkansas.
Hey, brother, that's where we are. This is...
Tom Blankendale. Checking in from the Netherlands.
Netherlands. What time is it in the Netherlands? Ah, there it is. Okay.
Tim Harrison says,
Now this bit is a little too small, or it's, if I get the placement exactly right, then it'll work. I'm just going to leave that bit in there because I can solve that problem later. So, since this hole is smaller, I got to be closer to right. But since this is angled down, if I miss it by a little bit, I can either push this barrel backward or forward within this barrel, and I think I can make it work. Let's find out.
Marty Sinofsky said you did a good job on the name.
All right, sorry about the noise there, folks. That part's over. All right, now I'm going to put this foam back in. I'll see if I can give you guys a view inside there, what that looks like. So that gives us a base to set that down on. Now I'm going to just set this in and just see how badly I missed my mark on that hole. Oh, looky there, just right. Okay, now I'm going to pull it back out because just a few days ago, I decided I was going to make this also heated. And I don't really know how well this is going to work, but I picked up one of these heating mats off of Amazon. And I'm going to put it on the bottom of the fermenter. I was a little bit worried about it because I don't know what the weight rating is on this. And I'll probably never have actually 20 gallons in here. But, you know, there could be, there could be 140, 130 pounds in here at a time. But I did notice that this barrel is indented And it has this little notch out right here, so I can make it kind of fit right there, and that way these the components inside this heating mat may not be getting the full brunt of the weight. So what I want to do, I want to make sure this doesn't shift around, because when I start, when I put this all in there and start stuffing foam and using expanding foam to insulate this thing real good, it's going to want to shift around a little bit, but I want this to stay right exactly where it is. So what I got is just some good old duct tape, and I'm going to duct tape it in place. I don't care what it looks like, nothing, because, you know, nobody's going to see it anyway. And get that right in place where I want it. And then just tape it down, because it's only got to hold until all the insulation sets up, and then it's not going anywhere anyway. So it's just got to stay in place like temporarily. So I'll get that in there. I also need to drill another hole for this cord. And I can get an idea of where I need to drill that hole by setting this thing back down inside. Can everybody still hear okay? Hey babe, can you turn your phone sideways so I can more easily see the chats?
The problem with sideways is they disappear.
Oh, okay.
That's why I turned it up.
Gotcha. Well, leave it up then if that's better. All right, so my cord is going to come out back over here.
They just disappear.
Gotcha. So I'm going to drill another hole right about there. And you don't have to worry about these holes, because the expanding foam is going to fill all those cavities anyway. So, I mean, if you wanted to use, if you're worried about being able to get this just right, you could use a 3-inch hole. It doesn't matter, because the foam is going to fill that cavity anyway. All right, so I got my cord pulled through, and I've got this thing pretty well centered. Now, because I don't want this thing shifting around a whole bunch whenever I'm stuffing my foam down and all that, because I got a bunch of these little pieces of foam that I've cut when I was making those curved pieces of foam to fit down in the bottom. I got all these little things. So the more of this kind of stuff that I can stuff down in there, the less of this I have to use. And I got 8 cans of this, and I think there's no way I'm going to use 8 cans. But so that's the purpose of having all this rigid foam in there, just to save money on this, because these are like $5 or $6 a can, I think, and that hard foam was free. So I don't want this shifting around, so I've got some water here, and I'm going to put a bunch of water in this barrel just so that it holds it in place while I'm doing the foam. What we got? Check it. I'm just reading comments. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can keep from making it. Oh, wait. Dadgummit, I forgot.
I was going to ask you.
One more step. I've got to put the end on this. Thank you, baby. So I'm going to glue this up real quick. It doesn't take very long for it to set up, and I'll just see if I can answer questions or whatever. I've already got my glue and everything ready for that. And
question, is that organic, non-GMO, vegan, environmental friendly?
And non-alien.
Non-alien.
Yep. So I have no idea if it's all that stuff. All right. Put that on, and I can close that off. We'll give that just a few minutes to set up before I start pouring water back in that again. And I'll just check out the chat. Huh?
Is there such thing as organic plastic?
Organic plastic, I love it. Okay, we got. Is that organic?
You said that was just a joke.
Yeah, That's why I was joking back. Yeah, it's non-alien too. um, okay. We got 33 people watching right now. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm so glad you guys have showed up. Um, we got 13 likes. That's pretty cool. And I'm just going to chat with you guys. If hopefully, oh, this is Joseph Kennedy says, hopefully my thumb cake snake will be here before the copper sheets are. Yeah, you're building your own. That's awesome.
What is the best use for a good corn whiskey?
The best use.
Yeast.
Oh, yeast.
Yeast.
I'm a big fan of just regular old data yeast. Uh, Distillers activated dry yeast. That's my favorite. There's a lot of them out there. We were talking in the chat in Moonshine for Beginners. I think it was either this morning or yesterday. The days are all running together. We were talking about um, turbo yeast, and I'm going to be doing an experiment with turbo yeast and do a video about that because I know a lot of people are curious about turbo yeast, and Mile High Distilling sent me some, so they didn't charge me anything for it. So I'm going to try that, and we'll see. What else?
Is the process for peaches similar?
Is the process for peaches similar
To
to what? I don't understand. Are you similar to corn whiskey? If that's what you're asking, the process is, well, the process itself is similar, but you got to look out for different things when you're dealing with fruit. And then you have acidic fruit, and then you definitely want to use different yeasts for fruit. I don't have a whole lot of experience making brandies, so maybe someone in the chat can jump in there and talk about the differences between corn and peaches.
I was in the other chat by myself.
Oh, sorry, Charlie. I still haven't figured out how to schedule something and then get to it. I can schedule a live stream, but then as the content creator, I haven't figured out how to get to it. I can go watch it like you guys, and then nobody's in the live stream. Anyway, I haven't figured that out. I'm real sorry, Charlie. How much energy does the heating mat use? This one uses 12 watts, and I really have no idea how well it's going to work. So that's kind of an experiment for me. I figure, what the heck, we'll try it out. We'll see. And yeah, I'll just report how it goes. There were some, what do you call them? Not comments, the Amazon people talk about the products and the Amazon, I don't remember what they're called, not comments, but reviews. There were some reviews talking about how they like burn out. So, maybe it's not going to work, or maybe it'll just work for a little while or whatever, but it's kind of just an experiment. So we'll see.
I'm curious if turbo yeast leaves an off flavor.
I have heard that. Like I said earlier, I don't know. I haven't used turbo yeast yet, but I have heard that it leaves off flavors. But then again, I've heard people talk about how they love using it. So, like I said, I'm going to find out for myself and try it and see what I think about it.
How much energy does the heating pad use?
The heating pad uses 12 watts. Okay. This thing looks crooked from over here. That's straight. That kind of straightens it up.
Question: heating from the bottom necessary?
I don't know if it's necessary. Like, if I can leave this outside during the winter and ferment, that would be really awesome. Now, we live off grid, and so 12 watts isn't a lot of energy. Might be able to do that with solar if I could make a little solar system just for fermenting. Otherwise, I would heat it up during the day with a generator, and then at night, just hope that all the insulation holds that heat in. Of course, put blankets and stuff on the top. But if I could ferment outside, that would be awesome. And, rather than this taking up space inside. So, all right, I think that has sat long enough. I'm gonna start putting some water in here.
Attached to an ink bird, isn't it?
I didn't hear you, huh?
Tom Blankendale. It's attached to an ink bird, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't even know what an ink bird is. I don't even know what that is. Okay, that should be enough weight just to hold it in place. Now, let's scoot that forward just a little if I can.
Bad boys here.
Okay, now I'm just going to start stuffing all of these.
Hi, Wayne.
Wayne in the group?
Wayne Fiera.
Hey, Wayne, what's
Bad
up,
boys
brother?
here.
Okay. Inkbird is a, oh yeah, it's not, I don't have a controller. It's either on or it's off. And so, yeah, I'll just have to watch the temperature on it. I won't be leaving it on all the time anyway, because like I said, we live off grid and it, you know, it just wouldn't be on all the time. It would just be on when I run the generator. And so I think it'd be all right. And also, like I said, if it's not all right, well, you know, that just means that there's a heating pad inside the fermenter that doesn't work. And I'm okay with that too. So I'm gonna get a bunch of this foam down in here in different places. That's too big for right there. And then I'm just gonna start squirting this expanding foam because I want to fill all the airspace inside there. Okay, now let's get some of this foam. Wayne says hi. That pad should have its own thermostat, I would guess. Yeah, it doesn't have a thermostat on it. Like, there was nothing in there to be able to adjust it to a certain temperature. I mean, unless what you're saying is it might kick itself on and off at a specific temperature, that might be right. All right, let's start putting some foam in here.
What temperature are you trying to hold?
It'd be nice if we could have 90 degrees. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so this foam is big gap filler. Expands up to 3 inches. And so I'm going to put a little in, let it expand. You don't want to just fill it up with all this foam because then it'll expand and just be pouring out, and that'd be too much. So I'm just squirting stuff in here, not putting too much in at a time.
Cha-ching. This message is held for review. Sounds like one of them porno videos, big gap filler.
Big gap filler.
Yeah, it's held for review. So I'm just going to show. Shoot. It's not working.
This can's just about out. All right, let's place our bets. Who thinks this is going to work at all? Who thinks I'm wasting my time? Well, I'm not wasting my time. Experiments are never a waste of time, but who thinks it's going to work? Who thinks it's not? I'm reading. Chad asked, "Do you prefer open or closed?" I like the closed ferment, mainly because I can't always run it when I need to, and so with a closed ferment, I get more time before things start happening. It'll work better than nothing at all, Charlie says. Well, you're right about that. I'm with you. Richard says, I think it's a great idea and will work. Thank you, Richard.
It's going to work. It should work well.
It's going to work, Tom says, and Doug says it should work well. I think you're right. So we're gonna give this some time just to let that foam kind of do its thing before I put some more on top of it and let it go crazy. Well, got 32 people in the live stream, doing good. I like that people are showing up, and I hope I'm. This idea for the live stream is just, it's an idea. It's something that I think you guys will like and that I think will be valuable to people, and we'll just have to see how it goes. See if it works, or if it's valuable or if it isn't. So what?
Wish you could put the camera over the top so we could see.
Yeah, let me see if I can grab it. It's on a stand, so a little bit tricky. So that's what I've got so far. It's a mess down there, but yeah, I think that'll work well. I hope I gave you a good view. I couldn't really tell. Might want to keep that close to you. You talking about my spigot? Yeah. That.
Like the idea of your sock strainers in the barrel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll see how well that works. I haven't tried that before either. That's an experiment just to see how well they work. But all the parts that are inside, the bazooka filters and all that, I didn't glue any of that up. So I can change all that if, after I use it a few times, if I wish I had done something different, it won't be a big deal for me to make that change.
I'd put the lid back on if I were you.
That's a good idea. Who said that? That's
Carl Carroll.
Yeah, you're right, Carl, because that foam is surprisingly powerful. And you're right. Where did my ring go? Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to put that lid back on to keep it from misshaping the barrel.
Wayne asked, do you have any house insulation you can pack in there so you can just use the foam as a final cap?
I do not. We haven't even finished insulating our cabin yet. So
yeah, that floor gets really cold.
Yeah, so the lid's on, it'll hold the shape. I have used expanding foam before years ago when installing windows, and that was a bad deal. The windows wouldn't open and wouldn't open. I had to uninstall them.
Where's Regina?
I don't know. Maybe she might have something going on. Do you have any? Ever confidence in a man with a beard. Okay, thanks, Oscar. Could put a piece of sheet steel 3/4 on bottom and use an electric cooker under the barrel. Yeah. Heat the mash, will not melt the plastic. That's not a bad idea. Didn't think about that. Put a thermometer in there and plug it in as an experiment. Now, yeah, don't have a thermometer I can put in there right now. I could always add one to the side over here, and you know, maybe that's something we'll do. My guess is I'm probably going to be building more of these, and so as I use them, I'll figure out what I wish I had done and then do it on the next iteration. Just have to watch it a little. Yeah.
Miss the beginning.
Use Doran says use sand, works good and reusable. Yeah, I don't know what you mean using sand. Are you talking about as a heat sink in the bottom maybe? And then what's this one say? Scroll down to this one right here. I didn't catch that one.
It wouldn't work well.
Show and Shine says it wouldn't work well for me because I mill my corn really fine. Yeah, I've thought about that too, because some of the recipes I want to do, they are a fine grain and or a fine mill, and so that may be a problem. We'll see.
Where do we get the close up line? You got this?
Mm-hmm. And so Windsong's got to get by. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. Yeah, I'll just have to see how those bazooka filters work. On a farm and calving season is here, also kidding season. Oh, hey, Pappy. How are you doing? I saw, Pappy, you jumped into the Moonshine for Beginners group. Glad to have you over there. He's just kidding. I missed it. Oh, man, I missed it. I'm sorry, Lucas. So, nothing too special. The replay will be up as soon as this is over, basically. Oh, instead of foam. Dorian says instead of foam. So the sand instead of the foam. Yeah, I'm not sure sand is a good insulator. I think it's more as a heat sink, but it might just depend on the temperature outside, the ambient temperature. If the ambient temperature can overtake the temperature of the ferment that it's creating, I'm not sure. It would be worth an experiment. Audio is great today. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we got a little shotgun mic for the phone, and it does seem to be working a lot better. So it's not, the microphone's not on me, it's actually on the camera. You can use some old linens to stuff around the fermenter, or even hay to fill the void and cap it with foam. Yeah, that would work too, I think. If we ban Russia vodka, I'll need to go get some sweet potatoes, right? Sand would be very heavy as well. That's true, yeah. So moving the barrel around once the cavity is full of sand would be a little more difficult. Carl, I use a brew in the bag with my fine. It works great. Not sure you could find one that would be big enough for you though, right? Yeah, that would work too. I could build like a false bottom even. That would work. Bring on the sweet taters, Uncle Charlie. Okay. I think I can go ahead and put some more foam in here, so I'm going to get that going.
I'm afraid if I cross back through here, I'll bump something.
What'd you say, hon?
So I'm afraid if I walk back through this little space, I'll bump something and knock it over.
Come on back through, babe. I think it's probably going to take 2 or 3 more cans, so it's using more than I really thought it was going to use. But then again, you know, I could just put a little in and let it sit for a day, come back another day, put a little in, because it would expand even more. So that would probably be a better way to do it. But since we're doing this live, I kind of want to get it, you know, get the whole process finished during the live stream. I'm going to poke a little in
Catch
here.
the questions? Why not use multiple smaller bags?
Why not use what?
Multiple smaller bags. Lucas Henning.
Yeah, you could do that too. Sure could. Looks like I missed a bunch down here. You know, it'd be better too if I could extend this straw and get down in the barrel, because there's not enough space for me to really get in between, get my hand down in there. If I'd have thought of that ahead of time, I could have got another straw, made some kind of longer tube, but I didn't think about it, so we're stuck with this. Let's see.
That's what makes this channel so great.
Hold on, screw back down a little bit. I'm missing some stuff. There are brew bags big enough, so you can lift them out. Yeah, the bigger the brew bag, the harder it gets to handle, for sure. Totally peed off. Had a still I was ordering from Russia. Now they want or can't ship it to me. Oh yeah, there's a couple of folks in our group that ordered. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that all plays out. Was it a Dr. Gauss still? Yeah, those are some pretty nice stills. I've seen Jesse over at Stillet talking about those stills, and I've also seen George talking about those stills. They both seem to say good things about them. Well, I can't read. Let's see. Go to Facebook Marketplace. Few people there that build stills. Yeah. That's what makes this channel so great. It's real like life. Yeah, well, you know, we'll show you the mistakes too. No problem. Doesn't bother me. Build a keg still. Yeah, we got a keg still build coming up.
Next.
Yeah, the keg still, we're going to start next week on next week's live shine along. I think we're going to build the the column first and then the condenser, or maybe, no, we're going to start with the condenser. We're going to build a condenser and then a column. Then we're going to do the parts to the keg that we need to do. I found a local guy to do the stainless steel welding for me, so that's all underway. So we'll have a keg steel here pretty soon, and you guys will get to watch us build that. Mile High in Colorado has them, are reliable. Are you, Lucas, are you saying Colorado has, they have keg steel kits? Yeah, in fact, and I've got one of their 8-gallon Dual Pro copper column steels. I love it. And then they've also got a bunch of accessories. I don't know why this is. They've also got a bunch of accessories for building kegs, keg conversions, which I'm going to, some of my parts for my keg conversion are going to come from Mile High. Oak steel from China are actually good quality. I don't know anything about them. Wayne says, I ordered my copper onion from Ukraine right before Christmas. Glad I did. Just in the nick of time. Yeah, you already got it in, don't you? Yeah, you posted pictures of it. Yeah, that thing looks awesome.
I have one too working as well.
Jim Brady, you have one too, works well. Which, are you talking about the onion, or are you talking about a Mile High steel? Remember, everyone, it's not legal to build stills.
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal to build stills. It's illegal when you light it up to run. Well, you know, I don't.
What if you're just distilling water?
I don't know anything about all that, but
You're not admitting to it anyway, right?
yeah. Would build a still but can't locate a used keg, and copper is outrageous to buy. That's for sure. And we had a hard time finding a keg too. I actually ended up getting mine from my local brew shop guy. He had a couple in his brew shop that he sold me one of them. But yeah, I think it might also depend on where you're located, how hard it is to find a keg. So I don't know. Hey, you got an 8-gallon Mile High, yeah.
Brandon
Okay.
Rose. Hi, Brandon.
Brandon in the house. Hey, brother.
Pretty rad dudes.
Got my 50-gallon boiler from Moonshine Distiller. Yeah, one of the new guys in the group, he just ordered an 8-gallon from Moonshine Distiller. They're several weeks out, but I think everybody is several weeks out. Unless you just order like a Beaver on Amazon. If you go that route, I think you can get them pretty quick. But you know, there's other things you're going to have to deal with if you order one of those stills. Yeah, you definitely have to check the legality of all this stuff wherever you're living, because it's different everywhere. So,
It's all about Dale stealing a still back and getting pulled over.
yeah, we a buddy of ours, they had built a still and someone had stolen it. They knew who stole it. They went and stole it back and got pulled over with it in the back of the truck. And cop didn't care. The cop was laughing about the story.
While he was writing a speeding ticket.
While he was writing a speed. Yeah, they got a speeding ticket, but didn't say anything about the steal. And they told him the whole story about what they were doing. So, locale matters. Here in Chicago, you can buy a keg of beer, drink it, and then forfeit the deposit you put down for the return of the keg, and now you have a keg. Well,
Here they say they report you for it.
here, if you don't return the keg, your name goes to the police. So That I had that thought too. I thought I'd just, and then I thought I'll just I'll distill the beer too, just for fun. But um, yeah, here apparently you make it onto some kind of list if you don't return the keg.
I totally agree. Stupid that you go to jail for making liquor. Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, it is stupid. And I think eventually home distilling is going to be like marijuana. There's already most of the states, they don't really care. Even if they have laws on the books, they're not enforcing them. And so, I think it's just a matter of time, especially with how many people have gotten into home distilling. Um, I think they know they're at the point where they can't really stop it like they were 10 years ago with marijuana. Okay, well, it's stealing. You don't own it. They do. Some states, it's definitely illegal for you to own a still. Here in Missouri, it's legal to distill your own spirits. Yeah, Missouri is one of the awesome states about it. And I don't even think you have to get any kind of license either. Is that correct? Or do you have to, like, tell the state what you're doing, ask them for a license and all that?
I'm against stealing, but not stealing.
I'm against stealing, but not stealing. Yeah,
Stealing.
I got you. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got. This thing's getting pretty rigid, so I think it's working.
I can brew in my state, but I can't sell it. Yeah, well, nobody's supposed to sell it, but we do.
Okay. No license needed. That's awesome.
I was
Yeah.
going to do, though, forget to return the keg trick, too.
I've also got a plan after the keg build. I think I want to do a frozen berry brandy mash, and I'm going to use Randy's recipe over at Stillworks and Brewing. He did a video with where he made a brandy from frozen berries that you just buy at the grocery store, and it looked like a lot of fun. I'm going to try it. I don't have a lot of experience with brandies, so I figured that was a pretty good place to start. And I think I'll do that on a Shine Along. If you guys have any ideas for Shine Along episodes, things you would like to see me build, things, any of that kind of stuff, put them down in the comments. You can also go to stillintheclear.com/live stream and put comments there for ideas. I'll probably more easily see them there. But yeah, any ideas you have, throw them out there. I'm game for just about anything. Most cops in Georgia don't know it's illegal. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm with you, Russell. Yeah, that's my sentiments also. It doesn't. I'm not good at asking permission.
The yeast you used on brandy?
What did I miss?
Just says the yeast you used on brandy. Yes, we filter our shine.
Yes. Okay. Oh, Charlie. Yeah, we filter.
Better to ask forgiveness than permission. I don't understand this. It says the yeast you used on brandy. Question mark.
Oh, what is it called? The 1118, I think. Like I said, I don't have a lot of experience, so that one's not on the top of my head. I have to go back and look it up every time. 1117, 1118. Brandon, are you still in the chat? Brandon Rose does a lot of fruit. Yeah, and to do a live on building and using a filter system. I have questioned. Is that a Star Wars reference or almost?
Why
I have
is yeast
spoken.
so secret?
Why is yeast so secret? I don't understand. Maybe there's a delay going on that's making this a little confusing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's
a typo.
A typo. Okay. Oh, Wayne jumped in. Yeah, 1118 works good. Let's see. 1118 works good for brandy and fruit. Thanks, Wayne. Russell jumps in. Brewing mead from honey my grandpa gave me when he passed away. It was his old food storage honey from 86. That's awesome. Wine from store juice. Yeah. Yeah, I watched a video today with from Stillet where Jesse had he made some fortified wine out of apple juice, which sounds like a lot of fun. I might try that too.
I know someone did from grape juice. It wasn't very good. Do you remember?
Huh?
Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I do.
That Mike
I
guy?
do.
It's terrible.
Lucas, think channel name Barley and Hops. It has a vid on making a filter. Yeah, I bet it does. There's only about 600 videos over there on Barley and Hops. He made a video for everything. I learned so much from George. That was awesome. I'm brewing mead from, yeah.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, read it.
That was cool.
And then the filter, like we just use gravity filter. We don't have like a filtering system. So I'm not sure if you're talking about filtering the distillate or if you're talking about filtering the wash before you put it in the still. But I don't filter the wash before I put it in the still. But I've heard that is important with brandy. So we might build a little filtering system for the wash. Little pump and a couple of house filters. Who was that shared that in the Moonshine for Beginners? I can't remember who shared that video of the filtering system. Anyway,
It's not charging.
George is gone now. I love that channel, but here you can ask questions live. Yeah. I hate to think that I'm not going to see any more videos from George, but who knows? You're welcome, Chris.
It's not charging.
Thanks for all the info. Lucas says, I used a filter. It turned my shine blackish and then clogged. I don't know what that's about.
Wow. Beaver has a vid on making charcoal filter.
All right, I think I'm going to put some more in here. Might be a little left in this can. That's 2 cans. I've got a little more foam I'm going to put in here. I feel like when I'm doing these parts, it gets boring to watch. Is there anything I can do that won't make this boring, or is it just me thinking these parts are boring? Mark and Digger built one. I'll have to check that out.
Oh, really? Okay, what was the last thing you saw? Look, this used to filter you, and the glass on that.
Okay. And I'm sorry if I'm missing questions. Kind of hard to keep up with everything and do this, but
Well, they've been
you
chatting
can
with
always,
each other.
huh?
They've been chatting with each other.
Okay. Yeah, chat amongst yourselves. You can always ask questions too in the replay, like a regular comment on YouTube. And then I try not to miss any of those.
Are you in a camper? I just realized the background.
Yeah, this is camper, and
Owl's nest.
we call it the Owl's Nest. It's where we do our thing over here. So, yep, it's just an old travel camper.
Dawn Sink says all my questions were answered. Thank you, follower. Great channel. Space Ghost Supreme just jumped in. What is he doing?
Space Ghost Supreme.
Space Ghost Supreme just jumped in. What is he doing?
I am building a insulated mash tun / fermenter, and basically most of the show has just been insulating between these 2 barrels, and this live stream will be it'll become a replay video when the live stream is over. You can catch it from the beginning, and maybe it'll make more sense.
Yes, most definitely like the live stream. Hope you keep it up.
We intend to keep it up unless for some reason people just don't have interest in it anymore. Obviously, we wouldn't keep doing it, but hopefully it grows. Hopefully we get lots of people coming and showing up for the live streams. This is only our second one, so we'll see.
Third.
We are
Third one.
third one. Is this the third? This is the second one.
For the shine along, yeah.
For the shine along. Yeah. We're almost done.
Nobody answered you about if you're bored or not. Yes, ma'am.
says, organic plastic foam.
Organic plastic foam.
Whipped cream.
Okay. Trying to find a smaller piece.
Ian Magson says, thank you for this shine along. Love the podcast too. Got me into corn mashes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, I can already see this thing is leaning. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I can also tell that I should have fastened some handles. I could have put some blocks down inside and then got like screen door handles or something and screwed them to the blocks before I did all this foam. And I could have had some handles on here to move it around. Not going to be the end of the world. When it's empty, it's not going to be terribly heavy and I'll be able to move it around. But that's one thought I'm having right now. I should have put some handles on there.
Would a top fish tank heater also help with the heat?
A fish tank heater, that would, yeah, I imagine that would do too.
And you can make fuel.
I'm going to give you guys another view from the top so you can see what's going on. If I can.
There's quite a delay. Look at this.
Okay.
Still hasn't showed you move the camera yet.
Oh. Yeah, I'm watching the live stream on a TV, and there's quite a delay. So, looks like it's about, I don't know, 2 minutes maybe, minute and a half delay. And I know there's probably a delay from the time that I see the questions and try and answer them, so apologize for that. And, you know, maybe we'll be able to solve some of these problems in the future.
He's squinted everywhere.
Okay. You can make fuel, yeah.
Boil.
Yep, I squirted everywhere, Charlie. You're right. You don't notice any delay? Oh, that's cool.
I'm
Okay.
having trouble keeping up with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're a couple minutes. Filming is a couple minutes before you see it.
So it's gotten really rigid. Like trying to move this inner barrel, it seems to be working really well. And then last week, you know, we made the fermenter, but one of the things I forgot last week was drilling a hole for the airlock. So that's something I've still got to do. I should have done that last week. Question.
Could soil heating cable be wrapped around the inside barrel before embedding in the insulation?
Yeah, that would probably work too. And also, you know, that makes me think of that electric tape that you wrap around plumbing to keep it from freezing. You know, that might be an idea too. You could wrap the barrel with that, tape it all up before you do all the foam thing. That's not a bad idea either. Thanks for that.
What is a good size steel for making a dime or two? No comment.
I don't know what you're talking about, Doran. We have an 8-gallon steel and we have a 30-gallon steel. Or I'm sorry, 25-gallon steel. A rubber truck tire tube might help with the top to finish it off seamless. Are you talking about on the lid? I think that might be what you're talking about. So it's got a little gasket inside there, but it seems like it's not super tight, and that might be a problem I have to fix later. Figure out how to get it to seal real good. But I've got some ideas for that. But yeah, maybe a truck tire tube, since it's just a gasket on the lid and isn't going to be in contact. That might work too.
$3.15 and 52 gallons.
Any size will make you lose a dime or three. Yeah, that's true too. Uncle Charlie says 3.15 and 52 gallons. Awesome.
Foam is flammable.
Foam is flammable. Well, then I hope that heating pad doesn't catch fire. It stinks too when it's burning. I know that.
I've never seen it burn, just melt.
Yeah, this using these chunks of foam and this expanding foam is really working really well. I'm kind of surprised at how well it's working. So I think it's going to be ugly as hell and work well. That's what I think. So I really want to thank all you guys for showing up again. We appreciate all the support you guys have been given, still in the clear by watching our videos and sharing them. It's wonderful. Really do appreciate it. There's 36 people watching right now. That's awesome. And Winsong made me wear the maroon cap today so people could see the maroon cap. I usually wear the black one. Okay.
I love the lives. Keep them coming.
Okay, we'll keep doing them. I make about 2K now, looking to improve. Thank you all. You bet.
Shine on, brother.
Shine on, Lucas.
To cover up the foam so no drips on that, easy to clean up.
To cover up the foam so no drips on that, easy to clean up.
Highly spirited, say he's.
I think you're just talking about all the foam everywhere. Yeah, once it dries, it's pretty easy to kind of scrape off and clean on smooth surfaces like this. So I'm not too worried about it. Plus, I'm just not too worried if it's ugly. Like I'm a man of utility. I don't really.
Not like me. I'll just keep working at it till it's pretty.
Yeah, Winsong wants everything pretty. I want everything just to work well. I don't care what it looks like. But yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll have fun with this and do something pretty with it. I don't know. Maybe let Winsong paint flowers on it or something. I don't know.
Looks don't matter.
Yeah, that's how I feel, Joseph. Looks don't matter. Yeah, a little bit late. Highly spirited in the house, brother. Loving your videos. Yeah, we're just making a insulated mash tun and just about done. Last week we made the fermenter with the filters and everything inside, and now we're putting it in this 55-gallon drum and insulating it. And it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad you showed up, brother. Looks done. And I think I can put a little more foam in here. I think we're about ready. I hope I didn't get foam in my beard.
As long as it tastes pretty.
As long as it tastes pretty, that's right. This can's almost empty. And then I'll be able to tell you guys how many cans we went through with all this. That way, if you decide to build one yourself, you don't have to go buy 8 cans like I did, because we're not going to use it. 8. I think this is the 3rd can so far.
Does it make better whiskey if it's painted up? Yes. Or you enjoy it more.
The only thing we've discovered for sure in the Moonshine for Beginners group is that your whiskey tastes better if you're wearing this hat. That's the only thing we know for sure. That's kind of an inside joke. If you're not in the Moonshine for Beginners group over at MeWe.com, you should be. It's a lot of fun. We have a blast over there. I always put an invitation link down in the description of the videos if you want to go join us. It's a great place to hang out and talk shine. And then I'm going to be ready to make some mash in this thing.
Use high expansion foam. Do not use window foam. LOL. You'll use like 50 cans.
Yeah, window foam does not expand very much. And
what kind are you using? I missed that.
So it's great stuff. It's called Big Gap Filler, up to 3 inches. It expands the most of all that you can buy in the can anyway. The opposite is true also. If you're putting in windows, don't use this because your windows won't open once this dries.
This is a great bunch of people. Thank you to all giving their inputs.
This is a great bunch of people. You're right about that. I'll need another piece of foam back there. I think this is going to work really well. I'm excited.
Who wants to be sober after the shit hits the fan?
We've always fermented outside, and so our season was, we just have a few months to make mash, and so this is going to be a lot of fun because this will allow us to mash all year long. Hopefully that's the plan anyway.
I love it. Nice atmosphere. People talking, helping, just shine a fan.
Awesome. Thank you.
So is that a one-time use smash bucket?
No, this will be reusable. I mean, I really like the size. 20 gallons is a nice little size. I'm probably going to buy a couple more of these so that in the summertime when we're mashing outside and the temperatures are right, maybe I can have 3 or 4 of them going at once and they don't have to be insulated.
Y'all just got my subscription. Cool project.
Thank you. Thank you for the subscription, man.
You don't put that much effort one time. You probably would.
I might. I put too much effort in one-time things all the time, I think. But it's fun, if nothing else.
That's what tinkerers do.
Amazon has bulk expandable foam, closed sale. Yeah, is that the kind like if you are you talking about the ones that come in the 2 cans and then it comes with a special hose set with a gun that you insulate your house with? I'm curious if that's the one you're talking about, or are you talking about bulk, like a case of these little cans at a time? What do you mean?
Planning on capping this later?
Am I planning on capping this later? I'm not sure what you mean. Capping what? Like there's already a cap. Oh, are you talking about this? Are you talking about this part? If you're talking about this open part, no, it's just going to be filled with foam, and the foam will be exposed and it'll be ugly and you can see it. You could, I mean, if you wanted to go through all the trouble, you might be able to do like might be able to fiberglass it, sand it, paint it, and you wouldn't even be able to tell there was foam. I'm not going to do all that, but you know, I'm sure there are ways you could make it look like you could cap this part. I assume that's the part you're talking about.
As heat rises, will the top have an insulated cover as well?
I'm planning on just putting a blanket on the top, you know, and because you're right that most of the heat will all be up against the lid, so you want to keep that insulated as well. And I'm just going to cover it with a blanket. That's all I'm going to do.
So just put some blankets on top?
Would this work better than a brew in the bag system? So, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. Like, there are recipes where you can just add boiling water to your grain, and that's all you've got to do, and let it sit, 24 hours, and then you can add your yeast. And so, for that kind of a situation, you can do that here, and it's not like with a brew in a bag system. You're putting it in a kettle. You've got a fire under it, and the brew in the bag keeps you from scorching the grains. So, there's no heat. Like this is not going to be used to boil anything. This is to mash recipes that you can just add boiling water to, or just to use as a fermenter. Like most of the time, I'll probably just be using this as a fermenting vessel. I can barely. Yeah, blankets on top, single small movers blankets, right? Insulating live wells and coolers. Okay. Jack Ball says over the top. Hope everyone has a wonderful day, weekend. Have 100 gallons to run. You should taste this peach beer. Time to start my fire. Hopefully be done in 3 hours. That's awesome. Are you saying you're running 100 gallons in 3 hours? That's impressive, brother. Impressive.
Can it get too hot?
I doubt this will get too hot. I mean, like in the summertime when it can get where we live, it can be 100 degrees. So I'm not going to be using this in the summertime anyway. I'll be using this in the colder months, like right now when the nights are down in the 40s and 50s, and then in the fall, and maybe through the winter, depending on how well this works. And so I don't think it's ever going to get too hot. Now, maybe the heating pad, that might get too hot. I don't know if that's going to be an issue or not. That was just kind of an afterthought of putting that heating pad in there.
Phil Smith said, excellent program.
Thank you, Phil. Appreciate that, really. I think one more can is going to do it. I'll give it a few more minutes, and then I'll put that final can in. And I'm going to leave the water in overnight because this is going to probably continue to expand even after the live stream is over. So I'm going to leave the water in.
Have to go now. Thanks, brother. Shine on.
See you later, Lucas. Thanks for dropping in. See you next time, every weekend.
Great info. Thanks, Si.
Quite welcome. Now, as long as it was all correct, that'll be wonderful. What's the plan for the next live stream? We start next week with our keg build, and it's probably going to be 3 live streams. I think we're going to do the condenser next weekend, and then the weekend after that, we're going to build the column, and then the week after that, we're going to do all the modifications to the keg. I've got a guy who's going to do the welding for me, so that all kind of depends on when he's going to be able to do the welding. I'm going to order the adapter kits, an 8-inch to 2-inch adapter, stainless steel adapter from Mile High Distilling to go on the top of the keg. I'm going to order a 2-inch adapter off of Amazon. 2-inch adapter is not the right word. A 2-inch ferrule, stainless steel tri-clamp ferrule for the bottom. And that, for me, that's going to be a drain because I'm not going to do electric. But if someone was building a keg so that they could do electric, they would use 2 ferrules. And one would be for the element, and then one would be for a drain. But yeah, that's the next project, is the keg build. We've been wanting to do a keg build for a while. We finally found a keg, so that's going to be it. So for anybody, give me a thumbs up. Everybody who's watching, give me a thumbs up if you're in the Moonshine for Beginners group. I want to see what kind of representation we have here.
Does this get smelly, and why is it best left outside?
We live off grid in the woods in a tiny little cabin, and so for us it's just space. Like, we just don't have space to be fermenting inside the house. There are some ferments that can get kind of smelly. Most of what we do is corn based, and we don't really think it smells, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, for us it's just space.
Show and shine, thumbs up.
Jackpot used 3 ferrules on the keg, 2 elements. Yeah. I have an element that goes with my Mile High Distilling still, and I just prefer the propane, so I'm just going to stick with propane. And again, that has to do with us living off grid. If I could do 220 volts easily, then I would probably do electric, and I would do 220 volt elements. But if I can't do 220, the 110 elements just don't work well enough for me to bother with it, and for it to be such a drain on our solar system or the generator or whatever. So I'm sticking with propane.
You can run a hose from the bubble thing to outside. Looking forward to the next one. Just got my keg back from the welder.
All right. Wolfman just got his keg back. That's awesome.
George said it smells like an ass. Sometimes it smells like 2 asses.
Yeah. George, those comments get held. Those comments get held automatically.
If you say ass.
If you say ass, yeah.
I approved it though.
Oh, it got approved. Okay.
Yeah.
Winsong approved it.
There's no reason not to.
Moonshine for Beginners group link, please. Yeah, down in the show notes. It should be in there. If it's not, let us know. I'll get it in there on the replay. And then some of the software I'm looking at getting to do these live streams is going to allow us to, on the fly, be able to throw links into the chat. We're not there yet, so everything is down in the description. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Oh, Lance, I didn't know you were in here, brother. Wolfman09, I don't know who's, that name doesn't sound familiar in the Moonshine for Beginners group. You must have a different name over there on MeWe.
Well, first you just asked a thumbs up for everyone watching, then you changed it to MeWe, so the group on MeWe. You kind of like run it together.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
$1,000 fine.
for a year?
Oh my God. So you just got one little
Wow.
fine when you got pulled over with the jar in the truck. You just got
Yeah.
fined for it.
Yeah, we
I
got.
guess he took it from you.
I got pulled over and had some, and it was I can't remember now. I want to say it was like $200.
Yeah, it was a fine for having untaxable liquor.
Yeah, for possession of untaxed liquor was the fine I got. I want to say it was 200 or 250. I don't remember for sure.
It wasn't much.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it's used for. That's right. It's just possession here, anyway. My secret potato vodka mash actually smelled good during fermentation. The mash even tasted good. Yeah.
French fries.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do a sweet potato mash recipe. Yeah, I want to try one. My buddy Wayne, he did one. He said it's a pretty bland flavor, or no, that's not what he said. He said that it's there's not a lot of starch there, so it's more like an adjunct, to be used like an adjunct. But I still want to try one.
Uncle Charlie's gonna come do a video.
Uncle Charlie's going to come do a video?
Yep, that's my prediction.
Oh, okay. So
Sweet potato mash video.
Yeah, Uncle Charlie Winsong predicts that you're going to come do a sweet potato mash video for us. Is that Jan? Is that what it says? Ian. Okay, I'm having a hard time reading. Made some corn and wheat beer today. Forgot the hops. What can I use it for? Just distill it. Yeah. Yeah, distill it. Then it's whiskey.
Shining is a human right.
Corn and wheat. Did you use white wheat? That'd make a great whiskey if you did corn and white wheat. Yeah, I agree, Space Ghost. Throw it through still and see what happens, Ian. Yeah, that's what Pappy says too.
He says he used George's recipe.
Just bought 250-gallon drums to do this. Can't wait. That is awesome. When you say drum, what do you mean 250-gallon drum? Do you mean like the IBC water totes or like the water things you can get from Tractor Supply? Where'd you get a 250-gallon drum? What does that look like? What are you?
Look at the camera.
Oh, Winsong keeps telling me to look at the camera. My TV for reading is over there. Well, they're coming up on the camera too. Uncle Charlie used George's recipe. Okay. Oh, for the sweet potato. Yeah.
Which link is the beginning club?
There.
Do I have a link I can put in there?
See if you can grab a link and put it in there. That'd be great. Winsong's going to see if she can grab a link and throw it in the chat. But in the description, there should be one that says invitation link for Moonshine for Beginners group on MeWe.com or some wording like that. If it's not there, I'll get it in there. But if you go to just about any of our videos on this channel, that link is in the description of the video somewhere. Yeah, there it is.
In the description.
First link in the description. Yeah, it says come be a part something or other. Now it changed.
Hold on, I'm trying to grab the link.
Winsong's grabbing the link. Okay, I think I can get some more in here. Okay, this can's empty. That was the 4th can, so this has taken me 5 cans, which when I started and putting all this rigid foam in there. I didn't think it was going to take 5, but that's where we are. Why not a conical? Oop, let's see.
Okay.
Oh, 250 gallons. Okay, Clay.
Jackpot John has applied.
500 gallons. Oh. Hun.
Okay, I'll pop
Okay.
it in a second. You're fine.
Woo! Just about done. See if I can give you guys another view. That's what it's looking like so far. Oop. Okay. I can't see the comments right now when song is welcome. What are you saying?
They'll pop up on your phone, right?
I know, but I can't go through what I'm missing. So yeah, this is really rigid. This is kind of loose here, but it'll stiffen up and it's not that big a deal anyway. So I've got this fitting down on the bottom. Oh, y'all can't see that. I think I might have lost the live stream.
Crap.
So, honey, I need you to go back, please. I don't know. We can do all that later, please. Okay.
Oh, well, I'm still getting comments. You already have the handles on.
Yeah, I like my mash to be warmer than the 70s. If I can keep mine in the 80s, I prefer that. Lost it. Yeah, I think I may be going in and out as far as my reception. I apologize for that. But anyway, I think we're just done. Like the foam is up to the top. I think I'm going to call this one, folks, and just get off here. Come join us in Moonshine for Beginners group. Check out our other videos on the channel. And we really appreciate you folks showing up. And we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all. Shine on.